Even you that is a pastor, you are pastoring a church. I love what Pastor Sunday Elijah said. That's what the book is a ministry without tears, without sweat. Is it sweat or tears? It was long I said that. You are the sweatless ministry. You are not killing yourself because you are doing ministry. Ministry without sweat. That is you just follow. I heard of Bishop David said the same thing. He said they don't respect people in their office. One of his old messages, and that thing stuck. He said they don't respect people in their office. When God gives an instruction yesterday and a new one comes today, they throw away that old one. They go with the new one. Instructions for yesterday is for yesterday. There is always a fresh instruction from the Lord. So he said, if there's a fresh thing coming, you write it down. Information is coming, you write it down. These days of phone, all you do is just carry your phone and then you put it on record and then you begin to record what the Lord is telling you. So you want to be fresh, your grass has to be fresh. As a minister of the gospel, that is what we should be pursuing. That the grass that we are releasing to the sheep are fresh, green grasses. So that when they come, they can lie on this green pasture and be eaten. They eat and they are satisfied. They rest, they drink water, eat again. So, and that's what God told Peter to do. Feed my lamb, feed my sheep. And I keep telling people, what sheep and lamb eat are not grasses that you dig the soil to get. They are surface. At times, what you need for the church are not these big revelations. Are not big revelations. Not everybody will be blessed by your big revelations. Simple gospel can improve somebody's life. A simple word that you find in the scripture. Don't go. I know that the scripture is 49 layers deep, according to my mentors. 49 layers deep in his original rendering. Yeah, good. But those are when you are beginning to raise lions. But the concern of Christ was that, please, for the sheep, feed them. When it gets to lions, we can now start cracking bones. Because the lions, they eat flesh and bones. But as long as they are still at the sheep stage, feed them with green grass. Surface teaching. The believers right now, what they need, a lot of the believers, they are not yet grown. Just what they need now is grass. It is surface, it's simple message. Don't make the message too complicated. Because you want to impress somebody, you listen to somebody on YouTube and you are impressed by the way the person is releasing the scripture and putting things together. You too, you want to now start. Your congregation may not need that. Your congregation may be the congregation that God handed Peter over to. The church was starting then. So in the time of Peter, then the church was starting. Believers were new. So Christ will have him teach them simple messages. So on the surface, not complicated. Your church may have those kinds of Christians. And I tell you, many Christians globally are not as matured as you think. A lot of them, what they need are just the green grasses. Green grasses. In fact, if you feed them with green grass and they feed and they are fine, trust me, you have done a good job. But when you begin to notice that, these people they are beginning to grow, fine. That is when you can now start going deeper. You can now start digging. You can now start looking for bones for them to crack. But most of the people you see now, what they need is the same thing that Jesus Christ told Peter, the green grass. They need to start with the green grass. You have to start. And if you notice what Jesus Christ did, he started with a lamb, a small one, to sheep. Start with teaching the people simple messages. Don't start the church with big grammar and big apostolic terminologies. No. The people need to grow. Know the congregation that you are teaching. And I tell you, most congregations, what they are looking for really are surface messages. That's why when you preach a simple message, everybody, it's like, man, yes, thank you, we can practice this. Simple messages. When you begin to talk with pastors or other ministers, fine. What God has given you, those hard, those strong, you can now bring those ones and begin to, because at that level, those kinds of people, they are chewing bones now. At that level, you can give them very strong messages. So when your congregation grow to a point where they can now begin to digest that, That is when, and those kind of teachings should be in like seminars, not Sunday, because many people that come to church do not understand what they are saying. So Sunday services, Wednesday services, especially Sunday services, should be as simple as it gets, as simple as possible. Don't complicate your Sunday messages. Wednesdays or Tuesdays or Thursdays, fine. You can begin to break scriptures and begin to introduce some very strong revelation. But please, as much as possible, keep it simple on Sunday. Keep it simple on Sunday, because you have too many kinds of people coming, those that know their God and those that don't know their God. So if you keep it simple, it will bless the matured. If you keep it simple, it will bless those that are not, the ones that are not matured. So the simpler the message, the more you can impact people. Trust me. We've been in this, so I can tell you, the simpler the message, the more you can impact people. The more complex the message, the more the people get confused. For people to continue coming to the assembly, we must first of all ensure that whatever we are preaching is in line with what God is saying per time. That grass will be green continuously. That grass will be green continuously, and the sheep will always go to where the grass is green.